What is going on, guys? Welcome to just a random update video. I don't know. I just felt like I should do one. I don't know when the last one I actually did one, and the last time I did, fuck, I don't even know what would have been talked about, and it's probably had a lot of rambling like this one will do. Nothing crazy that I want to update on too much. More so as just a thank you and appreciation post kind of deal for the people that have been subscribing, commenting, liking the videos, and things of that nature. Um, as well as, I guess I'll just talk about some of the little upcoming things, or, you know, because my scheduling on this is so sporadic, um, where some videos might be sooner or later, or whatever. Now, at the time of recording this, which is in July of the 7th or so, and so that means this should come up or go up later that day. But that could also just not happen. I don't know if I'm dumb. A lot of my videos are already scheduled up until August. I try to stay very much ahead of the like pretty much I just try to dump a bunch of videos as much as I can to and schedule them for about a month in advance. So that's why some stuff is sporadic, because I tend to have, like, you know, I've talked about this before, but I'll upload like 10 plus videos, and whatever that 10 is, it's getting scheduled for the week, 2 weeks, whatever I have. And sometimes 10 videos go up, another 10 will go up, and then I schedule like all 20 in a row. So if something didn't get uploaded in that batch, that's why there's a weird pause in it and things like that. So at the time of me saying this, I might be a little off, or at least on what might be going up, or what is up loaded right now at this moment. I usually try to pause to take a sip of water, but I'm just, it's one of those days. Anyway, we've been, getting a lot of support, and I appreciate it. I mean, I say me, but I mean, like, I think it's awesome when everybody's involved. I mean, it's not just me doing it, it's everybody that watches, and supports the streams, the videos, and all of that stuff. So I do really much appreciate it. And so might as well just get into it. And I usually do this for a lot of my things, is if anybody does have questions, I'm not going to be like super, super personal, but if you want questions or suggestions or things like that, you can always comment. But the thing is, if it's a game suggestion, I can't always say I'm going to jump on board right away. I can always take it into consideration. It's just that I kind of have like a ridiculously long list of stuff to play that I'm taking forever to get to. But but if you're wondering about a specific game, or you just want to ask something, want to know about the idiot behind the channel, you're always free to, and I can answer as best I can, whether it's via comment or we do it for the video. Sometimes I even take the comments of what I read and I'll respond to them, but I'll still put them in the video here, if I remember to, and things like that. So, without further ado, let's just get into whatever. I put like some little notes down of what I want to talk about, but really not too many crazy things. So the first thing I was deciding about was, we've been doing the same kind of style for a really long time, which is a lot of cut up stuff. Like one session could be multiple videos, like 4 or 5 videos. Sometimes it can just be one. Sometimes it could be 2 or 3. It just jumps around depending on how long I play the game, how long I do it for the stream. I have been floating in my mind a little bit the change of the style a lot of streamers / people do, which is just kind of VOD dump it / just dump the whole thing. And the only reason I've thought about doing something like that, meaning, and it's not, I don't have to explain it, but just for some people that might need an explanation, because I'm kind of crazy where in my head I feel like I need to explain a lot of things. It's just how I am. But like, say I stream for 6 hours, 3 hours of it I play Zelda, another 3 hours I play like Pokemon or something, or whatever. I'm trying to think what's being uploaded now, but I'm not playing those. But except for Hyrule Warriors being played. But so like say I play 3 and 3. Instead of me cutting up that 3 hours into however many videos, because the splits can happen anywhere between 30 to 40 minutes to anywhere between 20 to an hour plus long. The only other times it really exceeds a longer than an hour and a half is usually because I screwed up in the split and I'm a little too late to split it because I think the game's going to end in the next 15 minutes. And I'm like, is it over yet? Is it over? No. And then other times when a video is like 10 minutes, it's because I really screwed up the split. And I'm like, nah, there's like probably another like 40 minutes. No, it was not another 40 minutes. But instead of me splitting it up, those sessions, like, or whatever, like instead of taking those 3 hours and making a bunch of episodes out of it and taking the other 3 hours of that and putting and making a bunch, it would be all 3 hours of Zelda, all 3 hours of Pokemon, like the entirety of the session. Of course, cutting out when I take a break, getting up to use the bathroom, things of that nature, or taking a pause on the recording if there's a lot of conversation that is with the chat and not any progress happening in the game. I don't really do all that often. I still talk with the chat, but I usually try to keep the ball moving most of the time. So the idea was just kind of like doing that. The only issues is they both have ups and downs for this. And I don't mean the thing that, other people do, the ups and downs for wrestling and stuff. But no, they have an upside and a downside to it. So, like, the video style I'm doing now, one of the upsides is a lot of stuff in the backlog because I have a lot of cut-up videos. And it going up, I tend to have a good backlog, so that means, like, we can kind of do daily videos like we've been doing for a long time, 1 to 2 videos. And if I do need to build up more on that backlog, I can cut it to 1 day, 1 video a day, like we do on weekends. And just to build up, but it's like it keeps everything consistent, keeps everything moving. It makes things look lively. It doesn't look like the channel's dead with nothing going on, and I can kind of control what is like getting uploaded in a sense, like like trying to think what examples, but I'm like blanking. Say this happens a lot. I did it with like A Dragon Ishin and Final Fantasy Crisis Core and things like that. I played them, started it up, played them for a few weeks, or for like the start of the month when it came out, and then there'd be a pause. Something came up because I was distracted with something else, so I started focusing on another game, or I got into an urge to play a lot of co-op stuff, and those games weren't getting played. So 2 months go by, and then I record more. Or like a month or two go by, and then I play more. But then instead of you guys having to deal with the long pause, it's here's the first 4 videos, here's another 4 videos. It's like it's all there, and there's no pause for you. The downside really is just my terrible uploading. Sometimes it's all over the place. It's annoying to have to keep dealing with. It's annoying to it's just like I get really bad at it, and it always feels like I gotta just make sure this, and this, and it's not really the worst thing in the world. It's just something that it's like, oh god, I gotta remember this, I gotta focus on this, gotta make sure the 15 videos or whatever uploaded, and it's keeping it consistent, keeping it daily. It's a little rough. The upside of the long videos is the whole thing's there. Watch it and stop it at your pleasure, leisure, whatever. You get the whole thing. You don't have to wait a random week or 2 plus because of my weird scheduling to see the whole video. You would just to get the whole session or more, you would just get that. Downside is that break thing I told you about, where I stopped playing something, would be a much notable gap in the video upload. So if we were talking about how I just said with Crisis Core, which should be getting uploaded at some point this month, well, it's like a Dragon, which will be uploaded this month because I finished those, and now I'm going to start uploading them because some games I try to wait until I finish before uploading. It's not always the case, but some games I do. But like if I played Crisis Core, you would see 2 sessions 3 maybe in the month that it came out, and then they were played for 2.5, 3, maybe 4 hours, and then there would have just been a long pause, then a random Crisis Core Part 3 or 4 or whatever, and then a long pause, and then that. Kind of like Breath of the Wild, how there's been a long, long pause before I finally got back to putting the episodes up. It'd be like that, but with longer stuff, and the videos wouldn't be daily. They would just be at whenever I had them. Meaning, you know, if I played it, you'd see this video that day, this video there. It might almost still be able to be daily, but not as, you know, there would be some gaps every so often, making things not look all too much. But this isn't really like a thing yet. I don't even think I'm going to do it, but that I know some people might prefer that method, and I might mix it to depending on the game. I talked about it with the stream a little as an idea. And we kind of decided, like, the idea might be a mix. Like, I play games like Rune Factory and stuff like that, and there's a lot of times I'm just waiting, or there's a lot of grinding, and I cut those out. But when I cut that out, that means the video is small. But I would still cut it out anyway, but the video can be short. But if I just kept the whole thing in for something as chill as, like, Harvest Moon / Story of Seasons, Rune Factory, Stardew's, whatever, it might be better. To just leave those as like a really long, like 2 to 3 hours for long chill videos, and then certain games or like RPGs would get the 2 to 3 hour treatment, which I already kind of put them on the longer side, but could also have its moments of, but it would still be semi episodic. But I don't know. It's probably not going to change, but it's an idea that's been floating around just to kind of reduce worrying about the channel while still giving you guys content, while being able to just keep focusing, streaming, having fun, playing whatever. Because I'm already terrible at making sure shit gets uploaded because, or recorded, I should say, because there's stuff I'll play, which I've been doing recently, where I'll play something on stream and I just don't record it for some reason. I've been trying to get better at that, so that's why, like, certain things that'll come out later this month. I think we did, like Armored Core, and I was dog shit at it, but I was like, you know what, fuck it, just let's play it. It wasn't like it was a bad game, it was just I was terrible at it, and I see why people love that series now, because I got to experience it, I got my shit stomped, and I can see why it's such a cool thing and that people are excited about a new Armored Core after all these years. So, who knows? Probably nothing's going to change, and that was a whole lot of rambling. And don't worry, in the YouTube description, I will just give you the too long, you didn't feel like listening, and I don't blame you. The things that should only take 5 minutes or less takes me 40, because I have to overly explain and repeat myself. It's just the way my brain works. I'm crazy. I'm fucking nuts. I don't know. Just the way I am. So I don't know if the channel's going to change in that. You might see a weird mix or in all that. But if I was to do any of this, I would talk about it or actually announce it. And it probably wouldn't take effect until New Year or sometime after the New Year. At least that's what I think anyway. So, you know, and that would just be like a New Year change thing. But who knows? Probably not even going to happen. So, you know, unless something forces me or I just feel like I want to do that because I just fucking lose it and want to do that way. But whatever. Anyway, on to the next thing now we should probably get to is some of the upcoming games / where are some of the games / just what's happening. Let's get an easy one out of the way because I know I just remembered that we did upload the finale of it a little while ago. Dead Island. We were playing Dead Island and Dead Island Riptide to get ready for Dead Island 2. Clearly, Dead Island 2 is already out. Where the hell is any of it? Dead Island was finished. We uploaded that stuff and had fun. We started Dead Island Riptide, but I'll fully admit I have played Dead Island and loved and enjoyed the first one. I don't know what it was. I don't know if I just got on a bad day when we started Riptide. Something kind of irritated me, but we did not progress Riptide after the first session, and I kind of just scrapped it because Dead Island 2 was pretty much right around the corner, and decided to play Dead Island 2. Now, we would have started uploading, and Dead Island 2 might get some uploads here soon. I originally was going to play it solo, but then Zane, who's been in the played and stuff, we'll do some co-op stuff with. Surprised, I didn't think he was going to be interested in continuing because he didn't seem all that thrilled with 2. Decided to join me, and then Brandon then later on decided to join. So I was like, oh, now we're doing it as a co-op thing, and I have no problem with that. The co-op makes it more entertaining, but the scheduling made it harder, and then my computer's been kind of running into a weird hiccup with the game. So I'm trying to figure some things out, get some shit tweaked, and things like that. But the videos will probably go up at some point soon. We've had a little bit of all over the place, starting fresh, or like starting and then starting over, and then doing that because we wanted to get everybody involved and trying to refresh it. And some people, it's a mess. So either way, Dead Island 2 will happen. I just don't know when, but it'll get uploaded at some point. There might be some pauses in the middle because of people stopping playing or waiting and stuff. So when the footage is empty, the footage is empty until we have more. But we'll see what happens with that. So we'll figure it out. Hyrule Warriors, Definitive Edition. So I think I'd have to look at it. I think what happened... that's already getting uploaded right now. I finished Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition Story Mode. I didn't plan on doing any of the extra stuff. Just because, I wanted to, I might go back and do some of that. I don't know if I'd record it, but, adventure mode thingies and all that. I think I'd have to look here. Hyrule Warriors, you're getting... I fucked up when I was uploading videos for the month of the rest of July and thought I had finished Hyrule Warriors and uploaded it all. I did not. So Hyrule Warriors might suddenly vanish after the last video. I don't know which one it would be. But don't worry, it's going to show back up. It just might take until August. So I apologize for that random hiccup. That one's on me. I was just dumb. I, for some reason, was like, I finished it. I did it. And then realized I had 4 videos left. And I was like, oh, fuck. So they'll be hopefully uploaded and the series will finish in August. I have started Age of Calamity for Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity stuff. I have started it, and I only got 1 session so far at the time of this recording, just because other stuff that I didn't expect to be playing, which we'll talk about here in a minute, distracted me, and I haven't gotten to playing more of it, but I do want to, because I had a lot of fun with it, despite its frame rate issues after playing the Definitive Edition of the first Hyrule Warriors. So we'll be doing that soon, and then when that is finished, however long that'll take me, I don't know if I'll go for the 100%, because I know that there's a little bit extra after the main stuff is done for Age of Calamity. But regardless, whenever I feel that I am done, or I have done what I wanted to do with the game, then we can go on to Tears of the Kingdom, and our big old crazy fusing / making random contraptions and silliness and all that adventures can finally start, and that will probably take me another 2 to 3 years to beat if I take the breaks like I did in Breath of the Wild. That when I started Breath of the Wild, there wasn't even a thought to me that we'd get another a sequel. I thought we'd get a new Zelda, just not one right after this that takes place in the same timeline and all that stuff going on. So funny how that worked out. So that's where Zelda stuff is. We'll have it soon. I've just been super distracted, and a lot of other things interest me and are playing, so we'll see. Pokemon Violet. Pokemon Violet's kind of being sprinkled in here and there. We were super excited to play that right after Arceus. We powered through Arceus, kind of semi-powered through, to get as much as I could done of the game. I didn't go for the 100% full-on ending, but I did get, an ending. But I had a lot of fun with Arceus, and then we were going to go into Violet. I didn't expect to start Violet right away, and then we did because of friends got it, and co-oping it, kind of semi-co-op, being in the same world and fucking around and doing the little raid thing that they have, which is way shittier than the Sword and Shield one to me, at least, that isn't Dynamaxing, or whatever it's called. So, Pokemon Violet's being sprinkled in here and there. It's not even finished yet. I've taken such a long break only because what happens is Pokemon comes in waves where it's like a lot of Pokemon I'm interested in, and then I get talked into by John or other people to do these other things with Pokemon, and then I don't I don't go back to the original for a little bit. So with Pokemon Violet, we ended up going and doing like Pokemon Infinite Fusion, which I was going to start recording, but then I just was like, I don't really want to do more Pokemon, like all these cool or interesting things that people do or make, because then Violet's going to be harder to play. So I'm trying to focus. I'm kind of grinding up more of the stuff, but there's still some videos. Eventually, they'll be in full force once I'm finished with the game, but they are being sprinkled in, and it's not forgotten or anything. I'm just slow as shit at doing it. But there are some upcoming videos that will be happening throughout the month of July, and I don't know when they'll start. I don't know if they're finished yet. But we did finish on stream Like a Dragon Ishin, which is the Yakuza, the other like story that got like remastered, remade, or whatever, for us finally in the West. It's alright. I had fun with it. It's not the greatest one out of all of them. I still think Judgment and Lost Judgment are probably the best spin-offs that I've played. But they were still, it was still really fun. A little boring for me at times, and didn't, you know, I started to pick it up towards the end where I was having fun. But like usual, for some reason, I don't know why I save Yakuza / Like a Dragon stuff for until I'm finished with it before I upload it. So now that it's done, we're gonna get that. But at the time of me doing that, I did just finally start up Yakuza 4, so the Yakuza train is still rolling, and we're still moving on to having more fun with Kiryu, and now the other cast of characters we'll get to see in Yakuza 4. So let's see how that goes. So expect some of that Like a Dragon stuff soon. Final Fantasy Crisis Core is happening. We were just talking about that. Final Fantasy Crisis Core is getting uploaded. I actually just finished it not too long ago. It took way too many breaks. Kind of powered through it a little bit towards the end of the last session or two, that, you know, because Final Fantasy 16 was on the rise, or like right around the corner, and I didn't have any intentions of playing Final Fantasy 16. But a sudden PS5 acquirement and that a copy of the game, or just the digital, and here we are. So Crisis Core is finished. We're now playing Final Fantasy 16. So we're having, you know, a blast starting to record that, and you can expect that in the way far future, because who knows how long that'll take me to upload. I wish I could give you guys like an exact date or something, like and sound like I'm official and cool and all that shit, or like some kind of square, some lame ass dude. I don't know. I just don't have any times for this. Like, I have no idea when it's coming out. I don't know, because because one of like multiple things will happen with me. I will either upload the videos as I'm streaming, recording them, so that means there might be some gaps in footage, like I did Breath of the Wild and things, or I could be doing it the Yakuza style / Like a Dragon style / Lost Judgment, all that, where I wait until the game's completion and upload it to you. So it's hard to say when the videos will go up, but clearly the one rule is I'm not uploading Final Fantasy 16 until Crisis Core is fully uploaded, because I don't want to have two Final Fantasies being uploaded. It's just a little unnecessary. You know, like, waited, actually, conveniently enough, the Kingdom Hearts stuff was uploaded and finished right as I finished Crisis Core, and I was like, hey, good timing. You know, instead of having them back to back, it's different. So there's that. So expect Final Fantasy Crisis Core, and then eventually 16, hopefully, as long as it doesn't, like, annoy me or bother me, or I just don't enjoy it. Like, spoiler-free, my thoughts so far. I don't even know what to think of it. Like, my brain, because I played a lot of 7 and stuff, feels like everything's so much smaller and simpler now when I played 7, even though it was very complex. 7 in its own way is interesting and got a lot of complexity to it. But after playing 7 and Crisis Core and all that, and then going to 16 where it's like fucking batshit insane, and I don't know if it's batshit insane for a good way or a bad way, because it's like a lot to take in, but I always forget that, I didn't really get very far into 15, but I know that a lot of shit happens in these games. But I don't know. I played 7. I've beaten 7. 7, Crisis Core, Dirge of Cerberus, a lot of the 7 variants, and seen the movie. I think at least 1, if not 2. I don't remember. It's been a while. And I've beaten 10 and played barely half of 10 too, and not because I didn't like it, but because at that point I was distracted, and then we played 12 Zodiac Age, and I actually had a lot of fun with that, and I wish I continued it, but for some reason, again, just got distracted and lost interest. And then I played 13 once long ago on the 360, I think it was, and I enjoyed the story, but a little too much because I would skip combat, which I've talked about in the videos. I've skipped combat a lot to try to push the story along, only to end up taking like an hour in combat, just barely surviving fights when I had to fight, which was like, this game sucks. this is awful. And it's like, no, I didn't grind. I didn't give myself any powerful or do anything, and I just fucked myself over. So there's that. But I don't know. I feel like I just and I've dabbled in 14, and I think I may have dabbled in Final Fantasy 11 at one point too, in the online thing. But I don't know. 16, without putting any spoilers, is like they just were like, we have technology and power. We're just doing this, and I'm just like, this is cool, and I get like how fans might feel like this is awesome, but it definitely is like deciding to take a very Devil May Cry-esque route in certain scenarios, and just slapping a little bit of like vague RPG to it. Now, I haven't gotten that far in, so I could be fucking eating my words here. I'm very open-minded. I'm not like, oh, it doesn't have this, I'm closed off to it. I'm very open when it comes to the stuff, so my opinion will probably change. And I'll talk about it at the credits probably when I'm done. But so far, I mean, I'm having fun, but I'm just like, holy fuck, what? Why? Well, it's been interesting. So there's that. Final thing I want to talk about, because I've been rambling for nearly 30 minutes now, and you probably haven't even been listening, because why the fuck would you listen to me talk for 30 minutes on an update video and not a gameplay video? Dragon Ball Z. I know some people have enjoyed the Dragon Ball Z stuff we've been doing with the PS2. We did Budokai 2. I played Budokai 1 in the past, but we decided we did 2. I fucking did stupid on, but we had fun. We're uploading Budokai 3. I don't know when Budokai 3 ends yet. I don't know when it's the upload, and I don't know when the next thing's going to be uploaded. But I can assure you there is one more at the time of this recording. One more thing I've done with Dragon Ball Z. I haven't gotten to recording anything new yet for it because I played all that stuff. I want to say I did it in September, then I took a break from Dragon Ball Z in for the October themed stuff, and then I was taking a break with it. I don't know. It could be me thinking September and then a break in October, and maybe, and then that, or I did October, then no DBZ in November, and I was gonna come back to it and didn't. The other reason I stopped was because I was like, okay, we did Budokai 2, 3. And the other one, which I think is Infinite World, or whatever it's called, which is technically like Budokai 4 to some people. Played those all in like a span of a month. And I was like, okay, we're going to take a little break, and then we're going to go to the Tenkaichi, whatever, the ones that people really love, that are like very sandboxy and crazy, which I really like. This is where it starts to get into something I kind of enjoy, but I also am bad at, and I'll get frustrated with, because I'm fucking terrible at the games. And then into a couple other DBZ games that I own. We're pretty much just playing the ones I own now. Some people will be saying, are you going to play the Game Boy ones, which was like, what, Legacy of Goku and all that? I don't know. If I was, I'd play the second one, was it Boo's Fury? Because the first one is kind of fucking rough for Dragon Ball Z, that thing, but I don't know. I know there's ones like Supersonic or something like that. I think it was on the Game Boy Advance or something, and maybe there was one. The second one was on the DS. Possibly those. I've played them before and had a lot of fun for just a little handheld DBZ game. I don't remember if there's any others, but there are DBZ games still that I'll play, and as well as maybe doing Xenoverse stuff, because I've never actually fully played through Xenoverse, even though it was one of the first games I started recording once I got my new PC long ago, my first gaming PC, and not using a shoebox anymore. So I never finished Xenoverse 1 or 2 or any of them, but I definitely would like to. Maybe at some point. It's for fun, but who knows? But I appreciate the support for the Dragon Ball Z stuff. I'm not the greatest at it. I try to use like I stay a lot in my comfort zone when I stream and play games, but there are times that I've talked about where I'll dabble in the thing, because that's kind of the point. Some people don't want to watch you just play things you're always amazing at. Some people want to see someone new and trying something, and I liked Budokai games. I'm just not like a fighting game guy. I don't play... Like, I always want to do the Mortal Kombat story, but then I see how it gets towards, like, halfway to the end, and I'm just like, I want to fucking... I'd rather just fucking count my toes over and over for about 2 hours than fucking play that. Like, I don't... You know, that sucks, because I'm not good. Like, yeah, I can learn it, but I'm not someone that, like, wants to devote all my time trying to get really masterful at something. Like, I used to try to do that, but now I'm like, if I can't do it, I'll watch someone who's really awesome at it do it and just appreciate it, because, like, I'm not mad at the game, not upset at anything. Like, I'll get mad in the moment, but I'm not pissed at the game for being super difficult. I'm just like, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do the thing people always say with Dark Souls and stuff. Couldn't get good or all that, and sometimes I just don't... You know, I just don't care to be good. You know, I just want to be me. Boring as that sounds to some people, I don't strive to be the fucking greatest at any of these games. I just want to play. So, yeah, that's just how that goes. So, you know, I'll definitely play the other Dragon Ball Z games. Like I said, I got a couple. I've played a couple of the other ones I own on stream before in the past, but now that we're kind of doing a DBZ thing, we'll definitely do it. I just don't know when it'll happen, but you do get one more Dragon Ball Z PS2 game that I have beaten, or have done on stream, and beaten the story as best I could. I don't know if there was probably more to the story or more things to unlock. I just didn't do it. I know I've been asked about, like, tournament difficulties. I don't really know if I fully understand that. I think I do, but I'm like, I don't think I'm the guy for that, because every difficulty is hard mode for me because of how I play. So, who knows? But I'm not gonna say it's never gonna happen. I don't know right now. It's not in my schedule booklet of what we'll do. But there'll be other DBZ games that you'll see in the future, and hopefully you guys enjoy them. That's all I got with videos. And stream stuff that we're doing, a lot of stuff. I couldn't tell you what we're doing, really. Like, I'm slowly trying out Persona 1. Maybe you'll guys see that in the future. On the uploads, we've been doing Last Remnant a little bit, remastered. I've been playing that for quite a while, and these are games I'm taking a lot of breaks in between. So if you ever watch my stream live, you'll see that I do play a game once every so often, because I'm fucking terrible at sticking to a game, because I jump around a lot. So we've been kind of doing that, and then, you know, we started Yakuza 4, so we'll be doing that, and just a lot of other stuff. So there's that. Final thing, and then I'm out of here. I'm not going to keep going too much longer, because we've already been over the 30-minute mark. Again, too long, don't really want to listen. It's all in the YouTube channel description for this video or whatever. YouTube Shorts, I appreciate you guys for checking them out. I appreciate the views and the likes and the comments and all that stuff. I don't know how often that's going to be a thing. That's kind of just taking Twitch highlights and putting them over to here, so you guys can kind of enjoy some of the highlighted moments. And so I appreciate you guys liking them. Hopefully, you know, if you watch the streams, feel free, you know, if people are watching the streams, feel free to clip stuff in the streams so that I could possibly make them in the shorts. Not to wear, sadly, that'd be kind of weird. But no, in the YouTube shorts, we can, you know, have those little clips and funny moments for people to enjoy and check out the channel and get the word out there, I suppose, I guess. I mean, I don't really, I'm scared of new people, but you know. Just see how it goes, you know. But that's all I got, you know. I appreciate things. I don't know how many YouTube shorts will even go up, but I have a couple. Kind of made them go up on Sundays for some reason. It's just kind of like, oh, here you go. Here's a little something. So, not that many. I just kind of went with some of the clips I really liked that fit the short format of the screen and everything. That's all I got. Appreciate you guys watching the videos, subscribing, liking the videos, commenting, being active, and hopefully maybe you guys stop by the streams on Twitch. But I know Twitch is a fucking crapshoot, so I know I completely understand. If you don't want to, doesn't want to, you just don't want to go there, because like I said, I completely get that. And some people are just strictly YouTube, some people are strictly streams. I get that, completely do. But hopefully, if you do, you don't have to chat. You can follow and just chill out, lurk. You know, and if you don't want to do any of that, then that's fine, you know. All on you. I'm just here to try to be an idiot. I'm not really trying. I'm really good at being fucking dumbass, but, you know, I'm just there to have a good time. We're all just trying to have a good time in a world full of fucking negativity and depressing crap and stuff like that. We're just trying to make it a fun time, you know? We don't need to constantly be a pain in the ass, you know? All I care about. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully, I answered something. I don't know. I blabbed on for a lot longer than I had planned to. That whole, what I might do with the YouTube channel really went a little longer than it should have, and probably shouldn't even have been a thing, because it's probably not even going to be done, but who knows. But yeah, hopefully I catch you guys in the streams, or the YouTube comments, or anywhere on the channels, and thank you so much for the support, watching, and yeah, until the next, whatever, update video. Hopefully you guys do have a great day or night whenever you watch this video, and I'll see you again whatever gets uploaded after this or before this or whatever this. But until then, I'll see you guys later.